welcome back to our YouTube channel and happy December. It's my favourite time of year, so in today's video I am doing a setup change for my female Syrian. Also, quick disclaimer, it is storming outside, so if you can hear the rain then that's why. So anyway, let's get on with the video. So first I'm obviously taking everything out of her cage. I don't do this as regularly for my other hamsters, whereas for my female Syrians I always do it monthly, as they just get bored of their setups quite quickly. As you can see, Alaiya is just waking up and coming to greet me. I don't ever wake my hamsters up when doing cage cleans, I just wait for them to hear me and then come out themselves. So I'm just taking the last little bits out, like the sand bath and the wheel. Now I'm ready to just put Alaiya in her carrier. So Alaiya is quite specific about the bedding that she puts in her multi-chamber hide. She doesn't use the Woodshavings in her nest. She goes around and collects all of the Fitch bedding and puts it in her multi-chamber hide to make her nest. So what I like to do for her is I like to collect all of this bedding and put it in the carrier with her. That way it doesn't get all mixed up and I can put it straight back into her multi-chamber hide when she goes back in her cage. Whilst doing this, I also look for soiled areas, but she doesn't really go to the toilet in her multi-chamber hide. And this is Alaiya. She is so beautiful and she's a proper little princess. And here I'm trying to show you how big she actually is. She is my biggest hamster, but she doesn't weigh the most, which is surprising. But she is so chunky and I love it. So once she's safely in her carrier, I put her in a safe space and then take out the multi-chamber hide and get on with the cleaning. So first I'm going to start off by doing her sand bath, and with the sand baths I do one big deep clean of them once a week, and then every day I'll just take out the soiled areas. So for today I'm just taking out the soiled areas as she's already had her full sand bath clean this week. I have found that if I do a full clean too often, so more than once a week, they actually stop weeing in their sand baths, so I have cut it down to once a week and it works perfectly for them, which is great. So once I have took out the soiled areas, sieved it through, I add in some new sand. So once I've done all that, that's her sand bath all clean and ready to put in the cage. So I started off by adding in some more hay and mixing that all in with the bedding, as this helps to just stabilise the burrows that she makes, and then after that I make sure I compress all of the bedding down. So here I am just compressing down the bedding as much as I can. This is really important when doing a hamster cage as it helps to hold their burrows up. So here I am just adding in a new platform for her new wheel. She actually has a new 33cm wooden wheel, which is what I'm putting in her cage today. However, it is slightly taller than the plastic one apparently, so it actually didn't fit. So here I tried to put in the IKEA platform the other way instead of the way it's meant to go, because it does make it a little bit shorter, and then I tried putting the wheel on it and it doesn't fit, which you'll see in a second. So I put the lid back on to test if it fits and it didn't, which was really frustrating. So in the end I actually found one of their old sand bath boxes to put the wheel on top of, which fit perfectly. Next I am just putting this bendy bridge in front of the wheel. This is just to stop the bedding like going into the wheel and stop it from moving. So here I'm just adding in her other platform to put her sand bath on. So I usually put my sand baths on stilts, but my female Syrians actually have a habit of chewing them. So I actually went out and brought more platforms so that I could put their sand bath on platforms instead of stilts. Which, as you can see, worked so much better. So here I'm just recompressing all of the bedding because I uncompressed it all when I was trying to get the wheel in. But next I'm adding in her multi-chamber hide, which I decided to put into this corner this time. Next, I'm just adding in all of her enrichment, so I'm just adding in a cork log, some driftwood and grapevine. Next, I'm just adding in her terracotta plant pot. She loves to hoard all of her food in here. Here I'm just adding in her hay hide, which she loves to chew on, and then I'm just adding the Chipsi Ultra back into the rainbow like flower pot thing. This is just a really nice different texture for the hamsters to explore, and they all love it. Then I got this really cute Christmas toadstool from Poundland, and I thought I'd add that into her cage. Then I'm adding in this hide, which is actually a salt pig from Dunelm, and I brought it for my first Syrian Alaiya, and she loved it, and so does Aliyah. This cute little flower mat is from Tiny Flowers Shop, and I'm just using it to put her water bowl on. And now I'm adding in some moss. I get my moss from RatRations, and it's probably my favourite thing to add to any cage. I forgot to show the packet for this, but now I'm just adding in some cork granules, and these are just from Amazon. Then last minute I actually decided to add in some blue Carefresh around the wheel just to make it look like a little water feature. Next is my favourite part, and it is adding in all of the forage and sprays. So for the leaf mix, I'm using the leaf mix from Tiny Flowers Shop, and I'm also using the Tiny Flowers flower mix as well. As you can tell, we absolutely love Tiny Flowers Shop, and I definitely recommend them, so I'll leave them linked down below. And here is just the jar we keep all of our flowers in, which keeps them really nice and fresh. And I'm just sprinkling these across the whole enclosure. They add the most beautiful pop of colour to all of my enclosures, and I absolutely love them. Here I'm just adding in some yellow millet sprays, and I am also adding in some red millet sprays, which you'll see in a second. Then I am adding in some Flax Sprays. As you all know, this is a very big favourite with my hamsters. So I just cut off a little bunch, and now I am just spreading them around the enclosure where I feel like there's a bit of an empty space. I feel like sprays add such a natural vibe to the enclosure, and they just fill up any space that looks a little bit empty and stuff. So I definitely recommend getting some if you haven't already for your hamsters, because it also encourages natural foraging behaviours, which is really important for hamsters. Now I'm carefully taking the lid off the multi-chamber hide and adding back in all of her bedding from her little nest, which you saw me do at the beginning of the video. So now it's finally time to put Alaiya back in her enclosure to explore, and I actually filmed her exploring the enclosure this time, as a lot of you were mad at me for not recording it last time, so I made sure to record her exploring this time. So as you can see, Alaiya loves her new enclosure, and I really hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to our channel and also give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in our next video, which I've actually already filmed, so it should be up at the weekend. But if not, it will be up very shortly. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.